Okay, now that was pretty funny. When I have the Windows split screen, the go live button doesn't respond. So I sat here and talked to myself for a couple of minutes and I thought, hey, that's weird. I'm sitting here talking to myself. And what's the echo from? You go away. Okay, did that take care of it? That took care of it. I had a different window open so I could pop out the chat. So let's start back at the top. Yeah, I saw Dave. Dave showed up right after I was setting up, so I saw him come in right away. Dave from DNR, and so hi, Dave, and Barry, and who do we have? Rusted to Roland. Now I don't know your name. I probably did at one point, but I'm terrible with names. That's just how my brain works. We got Wayne. Wayne, why aren't you in the basement? Hey, Billy, what you doing? And hey, John. Okay, we've got a special guest in the house tonight. CompWP space ODG. And if you'd like, you can go subscribe to him. He's my mini-me. Oh, Wayne says the link's not working. Yeah, that would be Billy Jr. I know he doesn't like Billy Jr. He prefers William, though. Thank you very much. Right, Billy? Yeah, he's one of the few things I got right in this lifetime. Ah, Pete. Okay, I'll try to remember that. I think the neighbor's cutting his yard. Either that or he bought a helicopter. I hope he didn't buy a helicopter.
We're here now. Link's working now.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Wayne, is I actually sat here talking to myself for about 3 minutes because I've got the screen split, and I forgot that if the button to start the broadcast is on the wrong side of the split, it doesn't work.
Fashionably late like Conquer.
Yeah, oh, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I learned from the master. He's always late. And I don't know if you guys caught it, but the CompWP ODG is my oldest and only.
Oh, okay. Did you get? Go ahead. I just wondered if you caught the Taro live repair.
I did not. I was actually working on I was playing with the go-kart because it went online today. So I wanted to have a little bit more fun on it before I said goodbye to it.
I think, aren't you the one that said it's always the spark plug or it's not the spark plug?
No, it's always the carburetor.
Okay, well, in this case, he finished the whole thing off and it was the lousy spark plug.
Really?
And he said it was a good plug. And he put in a brand new plug and it fired right up.
You know, I always make it a point. One of the first tests I do is I put a spark tester on. Yeah. Because if the plug's no good, let me rephrase that. If the plug's no good open, it won't spark. If the plug's no good closed, it will spark. And it'll fool you. But yeah. Yeah, that is rather unusual to have the spark plug be the problem.
Yeah, like you could tell he was kind of amazed because he said, I know it's a good plug. Like it sputtered before. He had done the repair. It wouldn't run, but he knew that it was firing. So he knew it was a good plug. But then the carb needed cleaning and everything. So he did that on live. He had a lot of issues getting bolts out and doing everything, but it worked out in the end. So he says, well, let's try a new plug. And he put a new one in. It fired first pull and it ran really good.
That's funny.
He had quite a few people watching. I think it was up to like almost 2,000 people were watching it.
Really?
Yeah, and he had like almost 1,000 likes. And
that's pretty cool.
The super chats were rolling in like crazy. As a matter of fact, Klaus from Hobby Motor sent him 100. Now I don't know if that's 100 US, 100 whatever the Danish money is, or whether Klaus hit an extra zero by mistake. I don't know.
But he's probably sitting at home saying, oh, I just threw away 2 cases of beer.
What's the Danish money? Is it kroner or something?
It's kroners, yes.
kroner. So what's a kroner in relationship to an American dollar?
I don't know off the top of my head. Oh, if he sent him 100 kroners, he sent him lunch.
Oh, okay. Sounded like you
That
know,
would be $14.
yeah, okay. Because I didn't think he'd send them 100 US, but like you never know, eh? Because all the guys said, well, so here's 100 from Hobby Motor, and I'm going, holy crap, he must have got a lot of repairs in this week.
Yeah, but yeah, it's. I don't think Klaus just put a new lift in too, a big expensive lift. So I don't think he's going to want to throw money around like that. Yeah, maybe he does.
I'm looking forward to seeing the video on that, having it sunk down into the floor. It should look nice.
It should.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just jealous of my uncle's lift. He's got a car lift that you can move around when you doesn't have cars on it.
Well, I saw that one where you just wheeled it around. Yeah. That's a beauty car lift.
Yeah, because and he said he only paid like $5 for it.
Yeah, they're not, the 4-posters over here, a 4-post lift. I don't think they're that expensive either. I think they're like 7, maybe 8,000 Canadian for a good one.
I don't know what the rate is right now between America and Canada, but that's probably around 5,000 American, 5,500.
Yeah, so it's not bad for somebody that wants to do some work on a vehicle. Jake's good friend, I forget if his last name, Mastriami, he's got Mastracci or something. He's got a YouTube channel where he fixes cars. He only does a video once a month, and I think he's got 325 or 350,000 subscribers. And he bought a place close to us in Port Colborne with kind of like a double height garage. So he's got 16-foot ceiling in there. And he was just waiting for contractors to come in and cut out the floor, dig down, and put in the footings that he needed in order to mount this 4-post car lift.
Well, yeah, that's what I say. My Uncle Jim's it's not mounted.
No, his just sits on a floating pad, right?
It sits on the concrete floor, and that's it.
And I can't, but he wanted to do it right and make sure it had the footings. So, I guess whatever he was buying said you have to have footings of a certain depth.
Yeah.
And maybe he didn't know what his concrete floor would take. So instead of taking a chance when you're underneath a car, right, put the footings in, because YouTube, basically his YouTube income is putting those footings in because he put it as a business. So it's going to put those footings in for him because he's doing videos on it.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I didn't do? I made myself a brand new logo and didn't put it on this.
Well, I didn't see any intro like you do. Your last one was pretty sharp with Mix in the background.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was pretty fun. It's with a green screen. I can do the videos anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I've done 2 of them with Mix. I did the one with his dog walking by in the background.
Yeah, Pip.
Yeah. And that was funny because I had to move me and the dog around about 14 times to get him to not walk on me. Yeah.
So Steve OJ got his 1,000. Heterogeneity rocks. He's 10 away. He needs 10.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to bring that up. That we need to encourage people going there because he's that close, and he's
really close. Like you figure on Conquers Live yesterday, likely most of the viewers were already subscribed to him, like you and me are.
Yeah,
and likely Mick and all them guys, they're all sub to him. So he didn't pick up as many as Steve OJ did from that live stream.
That's how it works, though. You'll get some.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've got a different batch entirely of people. So I don't know.
Well, I know. I forget the last one we got 1,000 for was you, Kenny, and Grass Cutter Palmer, Tim. And Tim ended up getting the guy to 1,000, but he's got a lot of UK subscribers that didn't subscribe to him. And that, I think at that time he only needed 3 more, 4 more, and he had enough watching that sub to get it get it for? Oh, that was for Gravely Man.
Oh yes, for Gravely Man. Yeah,
For
I
Elliot.
subbed into him too.
Yeah.
I figure I don't know right where I'm sitting exactly, but I know I'm around 1100 now.
Yeah,
And
you
what's
got
it been?
yes. Yeah, or 1.15 or something like that.
Yeah, and it's only been a couple of 3 or 4
Yeah.
weeks.
No, slowly it grows, and then pretty soon, like there's the Bruiser.
Next thing you know, you're Bruce and you're a star.
Well, hey guys, I stopped in and had fun at Turl's live,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing, because him and I locked horns a few years ago, and we're getting along again. So that's cool.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say why.
No, we don't want to
Well,
get
hopefully you
into that.
don't remember why you were fighting.
Exactly. And that's pardon me. I'm just bringing up the comments so I can see who else is saying stuff.
Adam.
So that was pretty funny when I sent 150. And when it first came up on my screen, I thought, "Oh no, $150!" And then it said pesos. I thought,
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, Mexico.
$10.
Yeah, we were just saying it's like, yeah, Klaus sent out. He said Klaus sent 100, and he says, yeah, but then we did the math, and he sent like $10 or $12.
Yeah, because
same as
we're
me.
assuming it was kroners or whatever it is, not
I think-
U.S.
I think-
dollars.
I think a kroner is worth about the same as a peso.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got a pocket full of those from the beach, right?
Yeah. Well, 2 at a time.
2 at a time.
How's Adam today?
Me, I'm a bit rough. I've had a hectic week. Mobile phones, don't mention them to me.
Okay.
I got a new phone. All right for a week, and then I've had no bit trouble with it. So I've took it back today. Got another phone. And that's the same problem with that phone.
Oh. Maybe
You
you're
said
holding
not
it,
to talk about
maybe-
cell phones.
maybe you're holding it upside down.
Well, I've managed to fix it. They couldn't figure out what was up with it still, but I've managed to sort out what's up with it. It were something to do with app notifications. It were a brand new setup, and what's happened is, for some unknown reason, it's blocked all notifications when it's on a lock screen. Not when you're using it, but when it's on lock screens, like in standby mode, all notifications turn off. So I've got to
Apple
go
phone
down.
or Samsung?
Listen, the original one were a Google Pixel Pro
Ah,
7, and this
Just an
one's now Samsung S23 Ultra. I've got now.
Should be good.
So you got
So,
you got notifications set up for all the YouTube channels you watch? Because
Yeah.
I gotta have them shut off, otherwise mine's dinging all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all notifications for channels usually.
Yeah, I
I
put
just-
them on for a few, when everybody else is going to be on. So
I do that too. And when I'm out in the shop, I have to turn the damn speaker off so that I can get something done.
But
So,
now what we need to do is
I
we've
gotta
got
get
to
this.
encourage Comp WP to come online. You know what we should do actually is I'll subscribe to him
What?
because he's the one that got me started
okay, hang
on
on.
DaVinci
I'll be
and all the video editing tools and all that.
what's
Oh,
he
yeah.
do though, Bill?
What's he do?
Yeah.
Well,
Got
his
somebody
first
in the
job he
shop.
ever had was being my son.
got somebody in the shop. I just got to run. I'll try to get back here in a few minutes.
See you in a bit,
Go
Wayne.
for
Look after yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
You should take the camera with you.
No, I mean, what to do on his YouTube channel?
Oh, well, he's a gamer.
Oh, yeah. No wrong with that.
Yeah,
Street-
you can see he's saying his
Street
content would be
now.
lost here. It's all space games. That's his thing. Hey, Billy, you want to come up?
yeah, you
Come
should,
be a
because
star.
I'm actually leaving. I thought I would just stop in because I felt bad for you, Bill. Like everybody's paying attention to Turl and nobody's paying attention to you.
Yeah, when I saw he was having the live,
Yeah. That's pretty heavy competition.
So you were saying, Bill, go-kart's gone up for sale?
the go-kart went up for sale. The thing is a death trap now.
I
It is
I
way
never
too
laughed.
fast.
I
You
never
know-
laughed so much when I saw that video the other day. I were in hysterics.
Are you going to
Well,
leave the?
wait a second.
Are you leaving the Predator on it, or are you going to sell it without?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Predator?
Yeah, solid with Predator.
Yeah, I put the Predator back on. Here you go. Here you go. Let me do a share screen real quick. I've already got the video done that's going up. Whoops. What is it?
What am I waiting for?
I'm setting up the go-kart.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you watch the front tires shaking, right here we're going about 40 miles an hour,
Good God.
which is way faster than the chainsaw went. And you can see that little shimmy on the front end. I was pretty much, there's a long yellow trail down the street now from where I was riding.
Yeah. A new
Is
paint
that
job.
the same one from
new paint
Chainsaw
job.
Motor the other day?
It's the same cart, just now it's got the Predator motor on it. You can see, of
Yeah.
course, I use my normal care. The front end leaves the ground pulling into the driveway.
6
That's why I've got to
horsepower.
get rid of it.
6 horsepower versus 1.5 horsepower.
Well, the thing you've got is it's
Good job.
well, I think I came to 1.1 pounds of torque versus 12.
There you go.
Yeah, I got rid of the gearing entirely. It's actually straight gear now.
Right. Because the Predators go so slow compared to the chainsaw.
Well, no, yeah, the motor rotation.
Yeah.
That little chainsaw motor hit 13,000 RPM.
I know.
13,000.
You had the throttle over your shoulder, didn't you? Is that what you were
I
doing?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the gas pedal, I had it wired to the gas pedal, but then I bent the linkage on the carburetor with the gas
Yeah.
pedal.
Of
It's
course
just,
you did.
it's too little
Yeah.
for that
Flimsy.
gas pedal.
Flimsy.
It's too flimsy. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
And
I
so-
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So I hate to leave, Bill, but I wanted to go. I haven't been feeling good the last 4 or 5 days, and today's a good day, so I'm going to get down on the beach and get my metal detector going.
That's how she's being sold.
Oh, that looks good.
Looks all right, that.
That's the big engine. That's the Predator motor.
And it's really a clean looking unit, actually, for a go-kart. Usually there's a lot more stuff on them than that. So not much weight.
But, yes, this came with a fiberglass body originally. But I
Looks
got rid of the
better.
fiberglass body because it was just unnecessary.
And you put some satin. Did you paint it satin? Or?
I only painted the parts I welded, like the front
Oh, yeah.
end of it.
Yeah.
You know, all of this
Yeah,
is new.
Yeah, you lengthened it.
Yeah, and you notice on this, the steering
Mm-hmm.
was up here, and now it's in the back. It's back here now.
Yeah.
I cut the little steering thing off here, and then welded it back.
Yep.
Back farther, so that basically it gives me more room for my feet.
Yes.
But yeah, it's
And,
like trying to make it as clean as
and
possible.
there's no, you know how when you turn a car, one tire turns more than the other when you're going around a corner. You
Yes.
don't have that luxury with this one. It's 1 for 1, right?
It's 1 for 1 all the way across. Yeah,
It's not
I do have
racking.
I do
it's
have
not
steering rods, so I can adjust it a little bit.
a little bit, but it's not rack and pinion steering.
I'd like to introduce you guys to somebody that hasn't been on the live before.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite people in the world. That is William Jr.
Oh,
Hello.
hi, William. How you doing, bud?
Good.
I've
Nice
been-
to meet everybody.
I've been following your
Yep.
dad since he started.
Hello.
Yeah, Bruce is
Doing pretty good.
Bruce is kind of the biggest dog in this particular one at the moment.
Yeah. In the big show, I'm a small dog, but in this show, I'm a big dog.
You're a big dog. Yeah. Well, I remember when I first got started, a year ago, I joked
Yeah.
around that I was not a little fish. I was the stuff that the little fish ate.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
10 years ago when I started it, I was watching Donny Boy 73, and he was a young man then, right? And he had 600 views on a video in the morning. And I said to Trudy, I said, "Holy smokes! How does a guy get 600 views in one day?"
Yeah, right.
And now, if I don't get 2,600 in a day, I'm freaking.
Yeah, yeah. It's well, this last go-kart, the chainsaw video.
Yep.
Remember, me and you were off to the side about that yesterday.
Yes.
It was in 10th place last night.
Right on.
Of my last 10. It was the bottom of the line on my last 10.
Oh yeah, 10 out of 10 is bad, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This morning it's in first place.
Well, Trudy had a hard time getting used to that because it's a very dyslexic type of a measurement. I said, "Oh, my video is at 10 out of 10," and she says, "Oh, that must be good." And I go, "No, 10 out of 10 is bad."
No, this is a race. It's a race. It's in 10th place out of 10 cars.
Yeah. So
and if you're not first, you're last.
It is a backwards measurement, though.
Occasionally, speaking of videos, I'll just have one hit the algorithm. I mean, I uploaded a 30-second short that I didn't even edit at all to YouTube, and I look at it a week later and it's got 1,500 views. And I'm like, where do all these come from? I didn't try. You guys want me to not try? Because I cannot try.
Yeah. You were trying too hard before.
Apparently.
Well, yeah.
And it shows if you're trying too hard too.
Yeah, Billy's channel is very, very specific to a couple of games, right?
It's almost the whole point and style of my editing is trying way too hard.
That's kind of me too.
Maybe you'd have to see it, but it's kind of my thing. I like to go easy with the effects.
You should get Tim up. He doesn't say much.
Tim's elsewhere tonight. His mates just that he can't come on. He can't come up. But he's online.
Yeah, he's there.
I set a personal record today. The video that I'm prepping up has the most number of video tracks I've ever put in the intro.
What are you up to?
That's hard work.
26.
Just in the intro?
26 tracks at the same time.
Oh.
It's gonna be like a Disney cartoon. There's gonna be 26 tracks, and it's gonna be that's all, folks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go do some metal detecting, guys.
If you find any gold, Bill, you know who we are.
Yeah, everybody says that. And all the guys down on the beach, I just lost my Rolex, and the ladies I just dropped my diamond ring. So I just say to them, all you have to do is describe it, and I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
They can't.
You tell them it's like what you should do is like look in your pocket and go like this and say, "Okay, hang on," and act like you're rearranging something and saying, "Okay, I've got them all lined up. Describe yours."
And I'll just say, "Oh, no, sorry, this one's a Brighton."
I follow a lot on YouTube. I like called is it Darley MYD? He's from America, and he does underwater and all that lot mainly.
Yeah,
metal detecting, and he finds loads and loads of iPhones, you name it. And if they work, he sends them back to when he finds out who they are. Sends them back for now.
Yep.
Right, good. Collected everything.
I'd assume that most phones, if you find them underwater metal detecting, it's going to be hard to figure out whose phone it was.
No. You know, iPhone being underwater, some of them 6 months, and they still switch on.
Well, yeah, but they switch on if you haven't dropped it and cracked the case or anything. Hey, Billy, how's your phone doing?
My phone's doing pretty
I've got
good.
cracks on 3 corners.
I've got cracks towards the top, but I mean those cracks are 3 or 4 years old, and I just haven't bothered fixing it because it doesn't impede me at all.
Anyway, we'll see you guys. I just
I'll see you later, Bruce.
I
appreciate you coming.
Yeah, I like to.
Bruce.
Bye.
Okay, so Adam, what have you been up to this week?
Well, like I said, I've had all this saga on with mobile phones. It's drained me, if I'm honest. Physically drained me. Yeah, I've been doing that. What else have I done this week? Oh, I've been down to my allotment, got everything ready down there, Lewis. I've been down there and planted all my tomatoes and whatnot, ready for new season. And I've been up to see my dad. He's still in
So you kept your
intermediate
hands
care.
clean this week.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm waiting for bits for chainsaw to come, and they've come. They come Friday, and I thought, I'm not doing it this weekend. I can't be asked.
See, now you're lucky.
Right.
I'm not around because apparently I'm bad for chainsaws this week.
You are.
But still, 13,000 RPM.
I tell you, I was
13,000.
hysterical with that. When you were going down that road and you got that speed up and you were motoring with it, you could see on your face, like colour went out your face as I'd say, fucking hell, I better try and hold a straight face.
Yeah, I was very concerned about straight, and I was very concerned about the noise that motor was making. I was waiting for it to blow the back of my head off.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, I was really waiting for it to grenade, but it died peacefully. It went from going screaming like there's no tomorrow, and then I heard a little bit of a clatter, and then it just went soft. It still starts, but you can start. You can hold the starter like this and pull it. There's just no compression at all.
No compression.
I think I blew a hole in the piston.
So what's next project then, Bill?
Order no marketer.
The next project?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go back to the, because it's spring and I've got to fill the garage up. So I'm going to go, I've got, I think 3 blowers, a mower, and that
How about that crosser?
What's that?
That motorbike.
It's gone.
Has it gone?
I sold it as is because I looked at it and I paid $50 for it or $60 for it. And I came to realize that it wasn't even a parts bike. It was a
Well,
mess.
you grow your money back for it then.
I got my money back, and that's about it. Yeah, but when I started figuring out what it was going to cost to fix it, I had about $250 worth of parts to put into it. And I know for a fact there's not $250 value there.
Oh.
So I just said, forget about it. I put it online as is, and it was gone 20 minutes later.
How about you, Lewis? What you been up to?
Apparently buying more snowmobiles.
Yeah, I've seen that video.
I know it.
I saw that video. What you posted? Were it yesterday or the day before? A couple of days ago. When you said I bought another. I had a quick look at it, and I was like,
"Yeah." My wife said no more.
No.
And then it did snow.
But this time of year you can buy them cheap and then sell them expensive at the end of the year, right?
Exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get in there at the right time, and my wife, she goes, "You got to move on."
How much do they cost over there, Lewis?
It's like,
just a couple
I
$100
buy McLean edges that way.
Yeah,
Couple $100.
yeah. So I got one for $250. I got one for $300, and I actually bought another one. I didn't tell my wife, but I bought it for $100. I bought it for $100, but this one's gonna be cool because it's like a bill. Am I allowed to say what I'm gonna have on there? Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah. It's gonna be like a barn find. It's got like that much dust on it. It's so cool. Yeah.
No, I encourage people. Some people don't, but in my mind, my channel made it because people let me encourage my channel.
There you go.
Yeah, you want to give people some idea what's coming up and everything. See if you can get them to subscribe. Go ahead.
Yeah. Very cool.
We should all subscribe to Billy and show off his.
What games is it you play, Billy?
Mostly plays Star Conflict, Warframe, stuff like that. I don't see anybody here that would probably resonate with that, but you're free to if you want to.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah,
I do bits of game. I don't do a lot, but I don't do it like that. I'm more a Battlefield type of guy and stuff like that.
Well, Star Conflict, now correct me if I'm wrong, Billy, but it's the type of game, sort of like playing Borderlands or something, where you run through it and continue accumulating things, and your little dog accumulate enough things to.
I don't mind Borderlands. I love Borderlands. I'm just playing Gears of War at the moment.
That's pretty accurate. Usually the kind of content that I upload, if you were looking to subscribe, is anytime, let's see, we crash the server, program crashes, something of a nature that definitely was not supposed to happen. Me and my friends are really big into breaking the games.
That's always a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, mind
Yeah,
you,
well,
it's-
when you can figure out how to deal 3.9 nonillion damage in one hit, the servers tend to not like you pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Go
when
to
it
the
takes a
sleep
memory
at the
stick
door.
just to keep track of how much damage happened.
The
One
whole
of
memory
the lads I know, Ohio game we he were in IT and he were right into IT. One of these knew everything about anything. He worked for a worldwide company and he did all IT online all the way around world, China, all from home. So you can imagine what he was like at machine he got. And we went on Grand Theft Autos once, and he figured out how to act all best cars and that. And he were, I know you've probably seen this, but he was spawning money out of his head, collecting all this money. Well, obviously, a bit like you. When they realised it were all done through an hack, he got banned. Good thing about it, I logged off. Went back on 3 weeks later, didn't get banned, so I got all this money from Grand Theft Autos. But I know what you mean. It's the same without, like you said, if you up damage up, they know how much damage it is, and they just know you're hacking. It's but it's good. It's I enjoy it. I don't have done much in it now like I used to. I used to do a lot of gaming.
Now I'm clicking and it keeps on moving when I click.
What do?
So Heterogeneity Rocks, he's at 990 subscribers. So
Who's that?
anybody that would be the one I've got up on the screen here. So anybody who would be kind enough to subscribe to him, yeah, if we could get his happy self up here, that'd even be better.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
What's he do? Sorry, having these channels, but it's no good if it's a baking channel, is it? Know what I mean?
It's not. No, he does a little bit of everything. Yeah, and I actually asked him originally. I said, "What does Heterogeneity Rocks? What does heterogeneity stand for?" And he explained to me that in his channel he does a little of this, a little of that, a little of the other. And so I had to go look up the word.
Like a mix. Yeah.
It's a mix.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when you come on here though. You like for instance, Lewis. Until he come on the other week, I didn't even know about him. I thought, oh, I'll give his channel a follow and see what he does. And if it's not for me, you unsubscribe.
Yeah.
But I all my job, well, not all my jobs, but best part of my working life, I've been in engineering. So all mechanical, I'm into.
Yeah.
Engines, conveyors, you name it, I'm into it. So, like I said, just for an example, I wouldn't have even thought about Lewis until he'd come on channel of the week. Thought, well, I'll give him a quick look, and that's what you've got to do. But it helps everybody out, like you were saying, Bill. It helps everybody's channel, helps everybody else's channel.
Yeah, it does. It hurts nobody.
It's free.
It's free. Well, yeah, if you ever watch one of my videos, you'll know that's one of the first things I say is subscribe. It's free and we appreciate it. Come on. You know?
But on that note, you've only started saying that since you got over that 1,000.
That's true.
Well, don't start that off. On that note, you've only started saying that since you got over that 1,000.
That's true. You're killing me, buddy. You're killing me. Okay, can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you.
There you go. Yeah, that's a lot better. How you doing?
But yeah, it don't cost no, Bill. You're right. It don't cost no.
So I started to say something, and the echo made me go.
I like that name. Rusted
Yeah.
to Roland.
Yeah, that's a rebuild channel if there ever was one.
I think that's all of us.
Yeah.
Just messing about, channel. That's all it is. Just messing.
Who's this? Rusted to Roland, is it?
Yeah.
It's all right, I'm on my tablet, so everything's small.
I'm on a phone. I can't even see that.
Yeah.
How is everyone?
For subscribing, buddy.
Good. Where you from, Rusted?
Yeah, I was just looking. I'm subscribed to all you
All
guys.
right, just down the road from me then.
Yeah, just down the road.
Yeah.
We only live in a small place.
Oh, do you ever
I'm from
find,
Yorkshire.
do you ever find like if you subscribe to somebody, then you go back, you're like unsubscribed automatically?
See, now we've got
Sorry about that,
what I consider to be my personal royalty in the house. Mick the Mower Man.
Is he here?
And,
Well,
and
Mick-
he's my personal royalty because when my channel was that big,
Welcome, Nick.
he helped me get my first set. Sorry about
Hey,
that,
Wayne.
Wayne. I didn't see you there.
Welcome back, Wayne.
Oh, hello, boys. See, this is what you call a good customer. Shows up and brings you coffee.
Oh man,
Large.
I ain't got nothing like that.
Yeah, but it's Canadian coffee. It's probably got maple syrup in it, right?
No,
Oh, is that
double,
Jimmy's?
double. That was the
Oh.
chubby butcher coming over to get parts for a snowblower.
Man, that
Bear with me a minute, lads. I'm delayed for some reason. I don't know why. Let me come out. I'll come back in 2 seconds.
He looks okay from here. Maybe delayed for us.
yeah.
Maybe.
I get a delay when I'm on whenever I'm watching it on my TV, my smart telly. But on my tablet I don't.
But now we'll see if we can get Mick to come up and class to join up a little bit.
Do you see his video with that new lift table he's just got?
Yeah,
Hold on.
there you go. Just like Arch's garage, or no, Artie's last video. I thought he was going to flip over his machine when his compressor kicked on.
Whoops. There we go.
So, Adam, the torque on a nut, the bolt for a blade on a push mower is like 35 to 40 foot-pounds.
Well, you figured it out. You found it out.
Well, no, I was just putting one on yesterday, and the manual, right in the manual, it says 35 to 40 on Briggs and Stratton.
Well, I probably overtime and I just get a big cracking bar and that's
I just
it.
put it
Will do.
number 2 on the Milwaukee
Number
3/8
2.
drive and give her.
I've got to get one. I'll be honest with you, Wayne. I've got to get a Makita half-inch impact. It's just getting round to it more than out.
Do not use the half-inch drive Milwaukee on Infinity. It delivers 450 foot-pounds of torque. It'll snap a bolt
you can
right
do
in
it
that
once.
crankshaft.
I was going to use my little Makita impact, you know me, like quarter drive, and just put a socket on that. But I don't think it'd be tight enough. So I've done them by hand.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be bad to check out with a torque wrench what it's actually torquing it to, so
Well,
you
no.
can get an idea of what you're applying. But don't
Well, yeah.
put nickel anti-seize on those blade bolts because it changes everything, eh?
Yeah.
So you can't just push the little button that says 2?
On my 3/8, it says number 2, 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Yeah, mine says 1, 2, 3.
I don't think I got a 3 on my 3/8.
I don't got
Milwaukee?
Yeah, no, I think I got a 1 and a 2. And then on the half-inch drive one, we've got a 1, 2, 3, and then an infinity button,
Infinity.
Oh, it's got a kill button.
which just keeps on going. Like it just keeps on cracking at top torque, eh? It just snaps everything.
So you can take a lug nut off with that one pretty easy.
Yeah.
It should just say break.
Yeah, right.
A break.
Yeah, get the torch or get the welder.
I need to give me one of those hats, Wayne. I like those.
Which ones? These?
See, that is a cool hat.
They're prototypes.
Oh man.
I think I'll tell you what, the only person that got this hat besides me and Jake is we shipped one out to Donnie Boy 73. I think it cost me $28.50 to ship it in a special box so it wouldn't get crushed.
Yeah.
And that was the guy that inspired Jake to start his YouTube channel. So he said, I want to send him a hat.
There you go.
So I don't know if he ever did a video on it or if it's sitting in the shop, but he's the only guy that's got this hat.
Yeah, Donnie Boy is like one of the first ones I've ever watched.
Yeah, I
He's
actually
been on there for
saw
like
his,
15 years or something like that, right?
yeah, I actually watched his first video was about an albino moose.
Hey,
Turn
Rustin,
one of them
we're
off.
on.
Just
I
one.
got your mic going. You're echoing quite a bit here.
There we go.
Okay, there you go. You're good. You're good.
Sorted.
Better. There you go.
Yeah,
So-
I'm
Bruce was only saying earlier on, Wayne, that about Donny Boy, he was just saying he he's been at it 10 years, Bruce, and he
Yeah.
says Donny Boy were at it before him.
Donny Boy's been up there a while.
Mhm.
Well, I think him, Musty One,
Yeah.
and I think the Mower Medic. I'm pretty sure they started roughly around the same kind of time.
Mm.
Yeah, I started watching him and Musty One, and then just whatever was recommended after that. And
Yeah.
I mean, I learned a lot off of them
See,
guys.
the first
you know.
channel outside of mine I ever watched, ever even looked at, was Mix.
First one.
And that's why I said he's my personal royalty, because he
Yeah.
also helped me get over 100 subscribers like 8 months ago or 10 months ago, whenever it was.
Yeah.
Wayne's
And that's
my
why I don't
royalty.
mind helping. When you guys say, okay, let's encourage helping this guy, that's why I'm all in. So I think, yeah, I'd probably still be under 100 subscribers if he didn't help me get over them.
No, you would have got up there. The more videos you put out, the more subscribers you'll get. And if you got, some decent content and your voicing, your audio is good and your video is good,
Mhm.
people are going to watch, and YouTube's going to pick you up as a recommended. Like, I'll be sitting in the shop and just have YouTube on, and I'll be watching Fox News or CNN. And the next thing you know, there'll be a video of 5 minutes ago posted for small engine repair, and I'll click it and I'll watch it, and they'll come up all day. That's how I run into Lewis Boats and Motors, Bronco there. He showed up as a recommended channel. I never heard of him before.
Yeah.
So I hit subscribe. That's why my computer doesn't have enough memory to store all the channels I've subscribed to, because I subscribe to everybody that's new that comes up, and I might not watch all their videos, but I at least subscribe and watch one for sure. And if it's small engine repair related, then I watch more.
Yeah, Wayne's been like my silent mentor.
Silent, yeah.
Your silent
Yeah,
mentor.
another
He
one of
was
the
my
big
silent mentor
things.
too. He never told me what to do. He was really silent.
Another one of the big things when a new YouTube channel is starting out is consistency. If
Say
you
again, bud?
upload, consistency is a huge part
Yes.
in the algorithm catching your channel as a whole. It's consistency.
Right.
That's not to say that the algorithm isn't going to pick one video and just this one, everyone's feeds now. It's chance for that, but like
Yeah,
consistency, using the right tags is another big one, and just whatever your schedule is, stick to it.
Yeah,
know.
that's actually what Bruce was telling me about 2 weeks ago. He says it doesn't matter what day you put your video out on. Some days might be better, some days might not. Depends on who you are and what you're putting out. He says, but if you're going to make one video a week, do it on the same day every time. If you're going to make two, do them on the same 2 days.
Jake does his every Sunday, posts it every Sunday, but there's times when he misses a video, and you can tell, like, people are out there. There's that 1,000 always that are waiting. Now, the one week he made a mistake and he posted it on a Saturday, and he got 16,000 views or 15,000 views on that video on a simple wrench. Okay. So I said, wow, that's weird, eh? You always post on Sundays. The first video you post on a Saturday, and it got 15,000 views the first day, and it was a wrench modification.
But you don't know what they're going to pull out of their hat and make you famous with. As like I said, the video I put out day before yesterday, it got 90 views the first 12 hours or 14 hours, and then 200 views in the next 2 hours, and then another, it just piles up, and it's like, how? It makes no sense. It's like it can't be the video because it's going like this.
Yeah.
And you'll make a video you thought was really good, and it gets 200 views total. And it's like, what did I do wrong here?
And then the one that you don't think is going to get it, it gets it.
The one, the one you don't think is going to get it gets 2,000 views the first day.
Me, if I can just teach somebody how to do something just one time, it's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like, somebody saying, hey man, that was really helpful, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's true. It's when you get comments that say, "Hey, how do you do this and how do you put that together?"
Yeah.
And it's something you say, "Okay, it's easy," but this guy doesn't see the zen of it. It's like it just makes your day.
Of course, 1,000 views is great too. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Unless you're Mick, of course, then 1,000 views better be before breakfast.
Oh man. Yeah, today I gotta be on just a short while because I got a lamb chops in the slow cooker today.
Oh, nice lamb chop.
Thought you were
Yeah.
gonna step
Well,
pick another snow
my
machine
wife
up
asked
with.
me, can I buy her a lamb? And I said, yeah, we pick it up from the butcher on Wednesday. She said, I wanted one as a pet. I said, I didn't know, So I guess we're having a lamb tonight.
Yeah. You know how you know when you're married well? When your wife just went to the store and brings you a milkshake the size of your head.
Or she pays for a trip to Wales for you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, Adam, what was you saying?
I say, you buying another snow machine.
Oh, yeah.
One or other.
Yeah, I'm a little in the doghouse about the snow machines.
Ah, well, as my dad always says, they'll get over it.
Yeah. Well, my
Yeah,
kids were up yesterday, and I wasn't allowed to be in the garage, so I bought a snow machine off Marketplace.
See, now's the wrong time to be. Well, really, it's a good time to be buying snowmobiles because
Yeah.
you're going to get them because it's the end of the season.
Yeah.
Bad thing is, it's a hard time to sell them.
Yeah. I got to sit on them a little bit, but I think in the long run, they'd be okay.
Oh, you'll make money on them.
Yeah.
That first one you got was a beauty.
Yeah. I get a lot of hits on it. They want me to deliver it and all this. I'm like, come on. Yeah, it's at a good price. You come to me,
Yeah.
I don't want to deliver it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
luck would be
wondering,
flying off.
man, Luke is going somewhere with this. He says he was in Wales yesterday, but he didn't see any sheep. I've been sort of mesmerized by that, waiting to see where he's going with that one.
I think I might be out of time here.
It was good having you.
Yep.
Yeah, it was nice meeting everybody.
Nice
Take
meeting you.
care.
Take it
See
easy.
you later, Billy. Thanks for
See you
coming
later.
by.
See ya.
See you later, mate.
So I'm 74 tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Me and Big John Clem.
Happy birthday, man.
Oh, John
born the
too,
same
yeah.
day.
That's cool.
Hard to believe, eh? That guy would be born the same day as me, but way later.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be 74 in just a few days.
Yeah.
Few
Hey, happy
thousand
birthday.
days.
Yeah, my
a few
birthday's next
thousand
month.
days.
Yeah, mine's next month. Yeah.
Now I've got to go look.
Got to
I'll
go
be
look
40.
how long it's going to be before you hit 74.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be 47 next month.
You guys are just kids.
Yeah.
Not as many thousands as I want, but it's more than 5,000.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, to you, we're just like brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the other thing about, like, if you look at what your content is, Jake finished off his snowblower series, and the last one he did on snowblowers is likely didn't hit the views that he normally gets, but really that should have been lawnmower season. It's already starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
when you do it.
Yeah, so you don't want to be doing like, your snowblower or your snowmobile one. You might find that views are low now, but because you posted it next winter, you might find that you're getting a lot of views on those videos.
Yeah.
I made a video on replacing a skylight, and I knew I'd get 100 views if I was lucky because it's such an obscure thing.
Yeah,
And it got about 30 views in the first 4 months, and now it's getting views all over the place because it's storm
absolutely.
season.
Yeah, everybody's renovating.
Well, it's storm season, and if
Yeah.
you live down here, you know, it's pretty common for trucks to fly through the sky with tornadoes and everything and hail and all that. So skylights get blown out all the time.
Yeah, we had a big windstorm over here last night. It was 125 kilometers an hour, and I don't know, maybe a mile from here they lost their power.
Wow.
But we were okay. We were on a different
Yeah,
line.
here they call that breezy. Yeah, it's about 60 or so miles an hour. We've
Yeah.
seen that twice in the last week. Well, you remember, it's like poor John Clem, his neighborhood got hit with the tornadoes. We had tornadoes go like within 2 miles of us last week. And all I could think was, you know, the leaves just showed up on my tree, and now the tornado's going to come and knock the damn thing down. You know?
Yeah, I got 8 inches of snow yesterday.
Glad we didn't.
Yeah.
We're starting to get warm weather now.
If we
And
get
then
8
today
inches
it's
of
like
snow in
46.
Texas, Armageddon's here.
Yeah, today's like 46 degrees, so I don't know what's going on. You got to see the northern lights. That was cool. Yeah.
So where you at, Lewis?
Michigan, up north.
Ah, you say, yeah, I don't see northern lights here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Rusted to Roland, where are you from?
UK.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, little place.
Yeah, I guess technically that's where we're all from at one point or another.
Mhm.
Well, so they say. So they say. Yeah, Midlands. Yeah, the Midlands in the UK.
Is that near Wales?
It's middle. Wales is on the west side. I'm in the middle of the UK, basically. Well, England, shall I say? England.
Now, mind you, I live in Texas, so the idea of driving 100 miles is like, okay, I'm going to the store.
Okay, from me to Wales, yeah, 100 mile is the end of the country, quite literally.
I'm going to say. I think from mine to Wales is about 150 miles one way.
Yeah, from me to the nearest coast, which is southwest, is 100 mile. So that's my nearest coast. It's probably 100 to 175 mile anywhere on the coast I can be. So yeah, I'm right in the middle of your country. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hence the name.
I said I've got to go meet Tim Palmer because I did, after all, almost imprison him for donuts.
I was watching that live stream. Yeah.
Yeah, the stolen donuts. That was so funny.
I'm almost done.
But I tell you, it's you know, I was sitting there holding the phone, and my wife says, "Yeah, somebody in Scotland, would you believe they used your credit card to try to buy donuts?"
That's
I said,
it.
"No, that was me. It's okay." She says, "Oh, well, I turned it in as fraud." And I went, "Uh-oh."
And then the week after you say you're coming to Wales, I think customs are going to be waiting for you.
Yeah, they're going to be sitting there saying, "Okay, you owe us
And
for
there
a
it
box
is.
of
They're
donuts."
waiting for-
Where's this bill,
they're
chap?
waiting for their
I gotta have my Timmies, man.
They're waiting for their money. Look, Tim. Look, Bill.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, they'll be stood there.
Yeah, I think it was Tim Hortons too that I ordered
It was.
from. I
Was
ordered
it?
it through Uber Eats.
They're a Canadian company. Yep.
Yeah, we've got one here someplace, but this is one of those where I accidentally stole a box of deluxe donuts, which I'd never heard of a box of deluxe donuts before that. But I figured, you know, if I'm getting him donuts, get him good donuts, you know.
I thought you ordered them from Krispy Kreme place, Phil.
I think it was Tim Horton.
What was it?
Yeah, I think you did get it from Tim Hortons.
Yeah, we were joking about Krispy Kreme though.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had Tim Hortons. Well, I don't think we do in England.
We've got one up here.
Yeah,
It's been
right,
open
yeah.
about a year.
Right, I don't, obviously Scotland ain't part of England as such no more, is it? But yeah, it's, you know, I haven't seen them down south, let's say, Midlands and south.
yeah, because we've got a trip scheduled for, I don't know, I think beginning of June.
Yeah, yeah. You were saying, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Dinner's done.
Okay, see you, Brock.
Bye-bye,
Okay.
guys.
See you later.
Yeah, man.
Bye, Bill.
And we'll come back either the
Bye, Adam.
The
See you
whales.
later.
Bye, Rusted.
Take it easy, mate.
See you, Brock.
Yep. Yeah, she's just verifying everything. She says, yeah, we'll go to Wales on June 3rd. We'll arrive in Wales.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, I figure when I get a little bit closer, because it's hard to plan anything more than an hour in advance for me.
How long's flight, Bill? How long's flight?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they're
I
not
bet-
going to let me drive probably, so I don't worry.
So did Heterogeneity Rocks pick up any subscribers?
I don't know. I just checked him a few minutes ago. Let me
It was
refresh.
at 990 when we started.
Okay, guys, we got to go subscribe to Heterogeneity Rocks. He's still at 990.
Put the link
Slow
up,
down.
Bill. Put the link up.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
I'll do it when I've finished. Put the link up and I'll do it after we stream like that.
Yeah, Rusted, and then go to all your neighbors and tell them we need 9 more. out there.
That's the one. And eliminate them while I'm there, yeah?
If you've got split personalities, make sure all the personalities subscribe.
Yeah, that's it.
If she got me a milkshake, I'm not going to be able to eat. I can't get it through the straw.
Have we got a name that tool, Bill? Have you got in pipeline?
I've got something, but I think it's too easy. And I was going to let it go because when I looked at it later, I thought it was too easy.
Right, dude.
Let me go grab it. I'll be back in 2 shakes.
All
There you
right.
go. Wayne, take over.
2 shakes. It's gonna have 2 more. It's gonna have 2 more milkshakes. So that'll be more than a couple of minutes.
Up.
Oh my
Here he
God!
is.
Hey, I
Hey,
thought
mate.
you were quitting that thing, Mick.
Why don't you wind your neck in?
Look, you got me started on this thing. I quit
Well, that's, your
smoking.
own,
He's going to
That's
quit
right.
right after I get a haircut.
that's your own fault, Wayne. That's
No,
what
I
you get.
quit
That's what
smoking.
you
It's
get.
better than smoking cigarettes.
Me and Mrs. P, I'm 6 months and Mrs. P is 5 months now.
Without having a cigarette, right?
Yeah, not one.
Beautiful. That's good.
How are you
They
all
say
doing
this
then?
isn't good for you either, but it's a lot better for you than that.
There's no medical science to say it ain't.
No.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet.
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully none of us will be the one they find out something bad on.
How are we all doing then? Doing all right, are we?
It's a good day. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm going to go get that real quick. I'm going to go get the little toy that I thought was too easy.
Toy?
That lift platform didn't look nice and light then, Mick.
Say again, mate.
I said that lift platform didn't look light.
Yeah, it's
Weight-wise.
nice and light. That is, yeah. Yeah. Well, he said I was a bit nervous because the bloke said him and his mate could only lift it about 2 inches off the ground. I'm quite a big sort of fella, and I thought I'm gonna have a right drama moving this because it come from an office which has got like 4 steps, but I was able to reverse the trailer right up onto the pavement, put the tailgate down, and push it straight in. So you don't want to lift it nowhere, but it went in the shed okay. So yeah, I'm super happy with it. Yeah, nice big lift.
Quality.
So
I've
the
got-
tender's going for sale.
No, well, the idea is, Wayne, is to have the new lift, the Pender Lift Mark II, for my bread and butter stuff, for my videos, and then the other Pender Lift, the version 1, would be for my project. So I want to get a few of my vintage machines up on the project table. I mean, I can take them apart at my leisure. They can just sit there. I'm quite happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of room now.
Well, you know what it's like if you've got a project on the go. A project could take 9 months, you know, and if you've got it all in boxes and it's all over the shop, before you know what's going on, you put it back together and you're missing that one bolt and you don't know what size it is or nothing. So
Yeah.
2 lifts, very happy with that. So and also the advantage is a big lift. I can put 2 mowers on facing each other. I can work on 2 machines at one time or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a serious bit of kit. I like it. I like it.
Sorry, yeah, I went and got it again and looked at it and said no.
I still said no.
It's
All
too
right.
easy. It's too easy.
That- What's that? What? Guess you doing a guess what it is? Are you
I
were,
was,
but
but it's too easy.
coward?
Well, kind of a little bit. You've been talking to my ex, haven't you? She scares me.
Ugh.
The little angel.
It looks like you ran over a paperclip.
Actually, that's how you buy it right there.
What are you working on, Rusty? Did you make a lot of noise down there? What you mucking about with?
Just messing about in my shed. Got a compressor. I've got to fire up. See if that's any good or not.
I've just repaired mine.
This is a well. I've got a little compressor I've been messing around with earlier, electric one. This is a petrol one. Had all the carb off, cleaned the carbon out, and yeah, I was about to fire it up and see how it goes.
Mine would only go to about 2 bar pressure for some reason. It wouldn't go anything past that, and it's under warranty. I thought it'd be the regulator, but it weren't. It turned out just to be the main feed pipe from the pump to the piston. The pipe would just come off, so I just put some PCF around it, nicked it up, and away it went.
So it weren't building up the pressure; it was leaking it through the pipe rather than going to tank them. Yeah,
it won't get into a tank. So yeah, quick fix. So quite happy with that.
Sort of mass produced, isn't it?
Mass produced. Well, looking at it, no one's put no Loctite on nothing and all that sort of stuff. So it might pay me to take it apart next winter when it's quiet. Take it apart and just go through it.
Yeah, that's it.
It was only cheap anyway. It's an old SGS one, brand new, but you know it's a bit like you say they're mass built. I expect Wayne's got a big belt driven twin cylinder.
This all ran, yeah, that's it.
Belt driven central pneumatic. They got a bad rating. They they don't last long. I think ours has been. It's got to be 12 or 15, it's got to be at least 12 years. I'll have to ask my wife. She'll remember. We came back from Florida. And because you get $1,000 duty free, I stopped at Harbor Freight, bought it. I think it's 25 gallons, goes up to, I think, 150 PSI, does everything we need, and it's still going. And I think I've done 2 oil changes on it. Yeah.
Mine's an oilless one, but it do me for what I want. It's good enough.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, now with the Milwaukee line out there, you don't need air tools anymore.
Well, you don't, but it's still nice to have air tools for, you know, blowing out carburetors and cleaning stuff off. And
pressurizing the tires works great. Yeah, we fire it up. It gets fired up at least once a day. I think it gets fired up.
If your tire gets low, you can't put battery in your tire.
No.
Electric tires, like see them.
Yeah. But yeah, there's plenty of tools. Like Mick said, the blowgun, texture guns. Some things just need air. Tires.
I like using my air hammer for nipping flywheels off too. The air hammer's quite good.
And if you've already got the stuff to replace it, it's a lot of money in it, really.
I mean, I must say, I used to have air powered guns, but they need more maintenance than the battery powered stuff.
Yeah, like you say, the obvious stuff. Yeah, I've got electric rattlers, but like I say, a blower, a tyre inflator, a little tyre inflator from Makita. I've got Makita stuff. A tyre inflator from Makita is £100. And inflators from compressors are £5 off Amazon.
The only thing I wish they would make, and they probably do, I like to use little tiny die grinders for like doing hedge cutting tools and what have you. And the Airline one I've got is fantastic. Mrs. P got me a 90-degree right angle die grinder, air powered one. It's just great just for doing the old hedge trimmers. I dare say the battery powered one would be okay, but the battery powered one it's going to be quite long because you've got the battery on it and all the mechanism. But with a little tiny air one, it's literally just a 4-inch right angle tool, which you really small in the hand.
I've got the straight one, And we've got a Makita straight one at work, electric. But like you say, it's a monster of a tool. Got power, don't get me wrong, but it's a monster of a tool to try and get in tight places.
Hmm.
Oh, and Heterogeneity Rocks picked up 2, so he's only 8 to go to hit 100 or 1,000. So I was telling him earlier, Mick. I said, "Yeah, Mick helped me get over 100, so I got to be nice to people who are getting close."
Well, you haven't got to be nice. I'll just block it from my stream if you're not.
Oh, wait. So if I have to be nice, just compared to you, I'm in. That's easy.
It's easy enough.
Let me kill my mic a minute and fire this engine up and see if it fires before it gets too late.
All right.
Okay, wait. I got a button for that. Where's that button at?
Put your address in the chat just in case it blows up and you've got to ring 999.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our 911 is your 999.
Yeah.
I think if you dial 999 here, I think you get one of those late night TV show.
I think. Do you know what? I think they all work anyway. We got several. We got 999. We got 9. We got 100. We got all the numbers. If you push any of them, they all default anyway. I think pretty much.
What you got coming up videos wise, Mick? Oh,
Me, I want to do a couple of videos on my new lift table because I had an issue with it when I first got it, and it took about 15 pumps to get the table just to lift. And then when I left it in the high position, it wouldn't drop. But if I dropped it down to say halfway, I'd have to give it another 15 pumps for it to lift again.
right.
So I fixed that. So I want to just do a quick little video on my channel, and also fully extended. It goes to 37 inches, but I would like to get it just to go to 30 because that's about the right sort of height for working on stuff. So someone said to me that it's rated for 0.5 ton at any position, and it's safe to use it without the brake. The problem is if the hydraulic was to fail, you've got the machine and the weight of the table coming down instantly. And your legs are going to be underneath that. So what it's got 2 drop down pieces of metal which just flip out and lock it off at 37 inches. So what I want to do is get 2 more bits of metal. There's room to put it there and just shorten them. Just so I've got 2 options, fully extended and at 30 inches. Just so I can lock it
locked up in either position then.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know me, health and safety conscious all the time. You know me. So I want to do that. I have plyboarded it out, but it's not really thick enough. So I want to do a few conversions to it. Someone did suggest converting it to be hydraulic, but I don't know. It only takes about 20 pumps to put it up in the air. So also, a bit of exercise never kills.
What do you mean? You mean hydraulic is in where you switch and a pump? So you just press button it.
Like electric hydraulic.
Yeah.
Won't be cost effective to do, would it?
I think in the long run it could be quite good, but all you're saving is you got to plug it in, you got to push a button and push it up in the air, I suppose. I mean, Klaus has got a nice one. But like I say, it's 15-20 pumps and it's up in the air, so it's no biggie. So I got that.
You always get Riley boy to pump it up for you.
Oh yeah, they were saying that yesterday. It said,
I could always get Mrs.
Tired, Riley will be.
I could always get Mrs. P to do it. Get Mrs. P to bend over and start pumping away. That'd be. Hi, honey. Apparently, I'm getting the look. So I've got that to do. I've got loads of vintage stuff to get on with. I've got someone sent me one of those car scanning device things for testing for car faults. So I've got to do a video on that at some point.
Or ODB tools. Yeah,
and then a Chinese firm are sending me, the first package has turned up today or yesterday. They're sending me a robotic lawnmower to test and review. So it's a thing. We're moving on to battery power. No matter how much God, he's really pulling on that machine. That ain't going to start. We're going battery power. Whether you like it or hate it, battery power is coming in. I don't agree with it because it's not as green as as they make it out to be. But it's a thing. So, you know, if you don't move with the times, then you get left behind. So I've got that to review when it turns up. And apart from that, just me, my run of the mill, what me, Riley, Mrs. P are getting up to, and yeah, just, you know, stuff.
Good.
Well,
If I
there's
think
a lot of those battery operated mowers for sale on our Kijiji over here.
Yeah.
Lots of them. And all of them are for sale because the batteries need replacing and they can't get the batteries.
Well, lots of people are putting out warnings that more and more lithium battery power stuff is catching fire, and steel stuff has been recalled. Husqvarna stuff's being recalled by the thousands. So I just don't think. I think they released stuff in the market that just was not quite ready, mainly for commercial use. But the whole mining of lithium, getting it into a state where we can use it, and the recycle of lithium, I'm not convinced that's green, but it's a green product when the person is using it, but that's irrespective of getting it there and getting rid of it. So for now, all the time I can push on with petrol stuff, whether it be modern or whether it be vintage. My channel may take a diversion and just go down in 5 years' time, be down the vintage road. I think people are still showing interest in that, so I may just go down that road.
Yeah, the vintage stuff is nice to see. That's why I like watching Gravely, man. He's got some of that vintage
100%.
Gravely equipment that, like, I've never even seen some of this stuff.
Well, I picked up a really nice little 14-inch Villiers Atco lawnmower with a little tiny motorbike kickstart on it. It's a little kickstart engine. It's a fantastic, gnarly, horrible 2-stroke machine.
Yeah.
That you start with a kickstart. It's absolutely brilliant, you know. Yeah. I've just got a new one just coming out, a new one to me, built in the 19. I think they made it in. I'll get the date right. About 1909 to about 1930. I picked up a little JP Super cylinder mower. I paid good money for it. You don't see them very often. Little grass box, half wood, half metal.
Yeah.
Little tiny 12 or 14-inch cutting cylinder on it, and the cylinder looks really, really worn, really worn. And you can't get parts for it anymore. That's a certainty. But it cuts grass like an absolute wizard, which is great. So yeah, that'll be coming soon. And we're off to take Riley Boy to. It's his birthday coming up on the 9th. So we're off next week just for one night, me, Mrs. P and Riley, to CBeebies Land Hotel, which is in Alton Towers in the UK. Yeah. It's a cartoon style hotel with characters running around like loonies, and you have a big themed bedroom, and so he's absolutely on cloud 9. He doesn't know he's going, but he's been telling us he's going for the past 14 months. So we're off there soon. And of course we've got a new puppy, Pip, who's a pain in the arse. So we've got her to do stuff and videos and bits and pieces. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, Pip's even been in my video.
Yeah, Pip. Yeah, she's been in quite a few of mine. She's been good all day today. She's been really quiet and chilled out, little spaniel. When Mum's come home, now she's like a bloody box of frogs.
We're going to get this compressor going, do we reckon?
I've seen a lot of pulling.
Yeah.
You've
got petrol out.
I think he stopped. He stopped pulling when he went red.
I'm trying to imagine a box of frogs.
Just take a leaf out of Bill's book. You can only go bang once.
Now that we got fuel, we should hear a sputter.
Well, I'm not getting a lot of fuel. It's literally drip by drip by drip. I'd have thought it'd been more than that.
Maybe it's got an inline screen inside the fuel line in the tank.
There is a filter. Briggs Intech. You probably know more about them than me.
Briggs Intech.
Is it a flathead or is it overhead? Can't see.
It's an overhead.
Valves then.
Valves. No, I'd say that wouldn't fill the bowl up, but I'll stick it back on. Right?
Normally, one of the biggest issues on those sort of carbies is the impulse line that feeds into the engine. If that's blocked up, if the gasket's blocking it, then they don't like to start full stop.
Right. I wouldn't even say I'm that far yet, Mick, because I wouldn't even say there's enough to fill the bowl up. To fill that bowl up with the bowl with the drip I've got would take 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
So
to me wouldn't be enough to keep it running.
So just spray a little bit of stuff down the throat and see if it pops. If it goes pop, then you know you're halfway out.
I'm pretty sure it will run, but now I'll try and get it all back together with the gasket.
You take your time. We just sat here.
That's it.
We'll bring him back up. I brought him up before, then he didn't turn around.
You just chat amongst yourselves.
We're watching.
We're all watching you now.
Yeah.
Does it feed air pressure straight into the tank from minute get go? Or is there an air valve?
No, it's just gravity straight into the car.
No. What I'm saying, it's a compressor, right?
Oh, sorry.
So
I'm a compressor. Yeah, sorry. What were you saying?
So does when the engine starts, is it pumping air straight into the compressor from minute get go, or do you have to get the engine started and then turn it on for the pressure?
No, from get go.
Okay.
Get go. Direct drive, belt driven.
Yeah. Okay.
I ain't got the seal on the.
Okay, Mick, you've got a whole bunch of subscribers. I got a good subscriber question for you.
Say again, Bill.
I got a good subscriber question.
I can't hear.
See if that works.
That works.
So now at this point, because I've got like 1,100 now, or 11 and change. So we've always got numbers that I look forward to. It's like now the next one's 1111, just because it's 1111. Well, it's like when it hit 999. I was looking forward to it. I had to get like a screenshot when it hit 999. So when you get over like 10,000, do you still have numbers that you look for that you just find humor in?
So to be honest, I wanted to get my 1,000, and I got my 1,000 in the first 9 months of me opening my channel. I had my watch hours beforehand. Within 9 months, I had my 1,000. To be fair, Bill, once I got my 1,000, although every 1,000 was a milestone, I just was concentrating on banging the content out regular. I think people like to have a structure, and now the shorts are coming. It's quite good to give shorts as well. It's good to have a community page. You got to do all that sort of stuff first. So yeah, I'm looking for my 20,000. 20,000 should be coming this year, hopefully. I'm about 200 off of 18,000 at the moment, but I'm not watching it. So no, I don't tend to watch my numbers and also Wayne would tell you it's not the numbers that worry, it's the views that count.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, you're getting views as well, Mick. I know it's a big channel anyway, but
it's all
getting views.
Well, my channel is only a small channel in the grand scheme of things. I mean, Wayne has got 14 million.
Wayne, Jake.
George, well, Jake and Wayne, you both promote the channel and push the channel, and you both brand the channel. Yeah. Although Jake does a lot of the work. Although Wayne, Jake does a lot of the work. You're at the moment you're the face of EP, right? You're the face of it.
Yeah.
But no, I don't worry about it. I had the same conversation with Luke, who's just come on a few years ago. Luke was very stagnant in what he was doing, wasn't getting anywhere, and I said, get your head down, arse up, and get them videos out. Just bang videos out and get on with it.
At the moment, views are going up, watch hours are going up, the subs aren't. But really, like Mick said, it doesn't matter so much, really, does it?
If you look at your analytics, it will say 50% or 70% of your viewers are not subscribed.
Yeah,
it's more than that. 85%. More than that.
Mine's more than that. Yeah.
So
does it affect you if say somebody watches a video and they only watch half of that video, then close it. Does that affect your analytics as such?
It can do. It can do, yeah. So what you really want a full view. So, but 9 times out of 10, it says on mine, if I put out a 20-minute video, it'll say average, you know. So in my argument, what you want to do is try and be as interesting as you can in the video. Lots of people, I tested it.
Early on, you need to be interested early on in the video, don't you? Otherwise, you lose.
Not just that, but I tested it because I was working on a machine one day and I couldn't get it to start. It wouldn't start. I left it in there. I didn't change it or not upload it. I left it in there and it was a fail video. And the amount of comments I got within the first 4 minutes, oh, great video, Mick. It runs lovely. I just put, it don't run. It didn't run. It's going to be back. So
that's a good one, Mick.
You know, so you know you have to be sort of on the ball a little bit and just keep it interesting. That's why I think that video I put out the other day of the big reveal sort of thing, people are like, oh yeah, what's he bloody gone and done now? Do you know what I mean? It's all in the title. If you just put, you know, lawnmower carb clean, it's only ever going to be a lawnmower carb clean.
Yeah.
So if you put a title like
views.
If you put a title like "This one bit me in the arse," you know, someone's like, "Oh, what the hell, what's happened here?" Do you know what I mean? So
for the longest time, my biggest video was one where the thumbnail was one where I pulled the cord in the garage, which normally is not a problem, but the muffler was facing the Chevy, and it blew this gigantic cloud of oil and smoke across the car, and I went, ugh. And then when I was editing it, I thought, you know something? That's my thumbnail. And then the thing got, now mind you, when I was getting 50 views on the first day, because I had that many subscribers, that one got 2,000 on the first day.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, the lift video, for example, Mick's just put up the collection of it.
Yeah.
That's the here and now video. The carb clean is one that will gather over time because people will click in over time because they can't get that carb to work or whatever.
Yeah.
When your reveals happen, for a lot of people just look in the comments straight away after that video.
You're right. You're right. But I think you need to look at, for me, the American market mainly, because it's the Americans that sort of feed the YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Because it is an American market brand.
Yeah, Google, innit? Yeah.
And they love shop tours. They love toolbox review. You know, all that sort of stuff. The Americans are right up for that. So if you went down to B&Q or you went down to Halfords or wherever and put, buying a new shop toolbox, the chances are that would do quite well because the Americans are mad about their tools and the toolboxes and shop reviews, and that sort of stuff always does very well indeed.
Well, I'm the token American here, and notice I've got the word tools in my.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but they always do well, you know. But it's like I heard Wayne say a minute ago. As long as you've got good audio, good visual, then you'll do well. That they are the main ingredients to any video. And I said the same to Luke a long time ago. If they can't hear you, they ain't gonna watch it. If they can't see it, they ain't gonna watch it. If there's wind interference, they're not gonna watch it.
That's right.
You know, and like Jake has got fantastic lighting, whether that's natural light or whether that's shop light, whatever that is, it's always good lighting. And people want to be able to see what it is you're doing, because the chances are you'll record something, and if it's not that good, they'll say the one bit of information I wanted, you didn't show it. Yeah. You know, so you've got to try and brand it so that if you're going to do a certain fix on something, you're showing everything, and it's really hard when you've got a camera right in front of you and you're trying to get around the camera and all the rest of it. That's a bit that they don't see. Oh, it wasn't close enough. Any closer, mate, and it'd be on my nose. Do you know what I mean? So
it was quite funny one day.
It was on my forehead the whole time. It was strapped to me. How you see what I see?
Exactly.
Yeah, I hit that though. I'll hit, you know, in the same video, you'll have somebody say, you know, it needs more close-ups, and then 2 comments later, you'll have somebody say, "Wow, you're too close. You need to back up a little bit."
Yeah.
Like,
I was doing a steel blower. and I needed to find out how to put something on. I got it in bits, so I weren't quite sure. I looked through in this particular model. Not many people have done a video. I won't say who it was, but it's someone we all know. I looked through his video. The one bit he missed out was that bit. He cut that bit out.
It was probably mine.
It wasn't yours. He's not on here. And he's good. He's good with videos, but that one I watched, I needed that information, and that was cut out of it.
Yeah, and you know,
I've done it as well.
It's always hard because you got to bear in mind, you know, if Jake does a video, I mean, Jake did a video on. I watched it once because I've got the same mower, the utility ride-on machine where Jake changed the 14 belts that's on it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
Craftsman utility.
What an absolute pile of poo. I've got one to do, and I was trying to find a video, and Jake done a video on it on where the belts go. But if Jake actually showed the entire process on how to put the belts on where they go, it would have been a 14-hour video.
Yeah.
No, there's just no chance you can compress that sort of information down without putting it all on and saying, this is where it goes under here, around here, and just show you and make a 15-minute video. But that doesn't help me out because I want to know how you got that belt on. I can see it on quite clearly.
Yeah.
But it's not showing me how you got there, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's, you know, how much information do you give? So as long as you have a channel that's varied, that's why I jumped from vintage to modern day stuff and a little bit of push unpetrol power and just a few days out. It just varies it out a little bit and hopefully try and grab the right audience for different areas. So that's the idea.
Yeah, that's why I grabbed the go-kart, was because it was winter and I can't give away yard equipment here in the winter. So I said, I need something to work on. I need something to put in front of the camera.
Different. It's still got an engine.
Still got an engine. Had 2 or 3 engines. Actually, it had 4 engines at one point or another, but I didn't show 2 of them because they were terrible failures. Now Mick makes you think I should have.
They probably would have been your best videos.
It probably would have, yeah. Yeah, the weed eater motors went down in flames.
You'll never know.
I think half of the battle is you got to have a good thumbnail, and there's so many thumbnails out there which are absolutely shocking, and you can't really tell what's going on by the thumbnail. And if you can tell the story of what's happening, I'll give an example. That Tom from Vintage Mower Repairs, he just recently he's been putting out some real fantastic graphical thumbnails.
His thumbnails rock.
Good ones.
I'm sorry, but they just do, and you can tell exactly what's going on. My thumbnail is the samey, but the way I went down with mine is that every time you see one of my thumbnails, you know it's one of my videos.
Yeah. It does. You got good brand on yours.
If you put a thumbnail out of a lady in yoga pants splitting wood, you'd be surprised how many views
you'll get 10 million views, but they'll only be 10 seconds long.
That's called
clickbait.
Like,
I've been thinking about getting someone in my thumbnails in a pair of waders.
Yeah, you put her in your thumbnails, you'll get 10 million views, but they'll be that long. They'll say, "Where's she at? She's not there."
Mowers and blowers. He uses a little bit of clickbait in some of his videos. Like the best one he did recently was he bought the new Ford. Well, he bought the Ford F-150 truck, traded in his van, went out of town, bought a Ford F-150 truck, and one of his thumbnails was, "I knew it was stolen," right? That was just a joke.
Yeah.
But everybody clicked on that
Yeah.
to watch that video to find out, oh, it was stolen, but it wasn't.
But they reckon thumbnail is the most important things ahead of tags and everything. It's the most title and everything, because that's the first thing people see, isn't it?
Yeah.
First thing they see.
Yeah, I also think it's got to be informative though, because everybody's looking for something.
The problem is though, is that
they've got, let's say,
someone like Henry, I'm not going to bash him, right? I'm not going to bash him, but the problem like Henry is once you put 1 or 2 thumbnails out like that, and you know you're not going to see nothing other than what's on the video, people think I'm not going to bother. I shan't bother because that's not there, you know. So the clickbait thing only works for so long. But
I can't believe he's still going 1 a day. I thought he'd be burnt out by now.
Well, he's doing what he's doing, and that's all. And that's all I'm going to say.
1 a day. And you guys know how much time it takes to put together video. A lot of people don't realize the work it takes.
So
They don't realise. No,
I spent 2 hours on an introduction that's 8 seconds long this morning.
but you see, it's always harder to edit and put together a 4-minute video than it is a 30-minute video. You've got more choice than a 30-minute video. You know?
Yeah.
I've got to do this robotic mower that's coming if it turns up. I've got the bracket for the GPS radar thing. So in the contract, it's a contractual video. There's nothing nasty in there. All I have to do is video it. I haven't got to say anything really. But they want an 8-minute video on how to unbox, set up, use, and promote this robotic lawnmower. My intros are 4.5 minutes long.
Yep, there you go. You're halfway
You know,
home.
you know what I mean. So I don't know quite how I'm going to do that, but I should. There'd be a lot of time lapses. That's all I'm thinking. But you know, if you're banging videos out every single day, I would measure the quality of the video.
Yeah.
Is what I would say. You know.
Yeah, and you got a good point on the long videos, like Musty One. He's got long videos, but people watch that entire video. But a lot of times you're waiting for him to get that tool, do this, do that. It could be 45 minutes to an hour long.
Yeah.
But he's always doing something unique, like it's something different. You know what I mean? Like that scooter that he just did that went on the snow. I forget what it was called. I've never seen one of those machines.
But the thing you've got to think about with Musty, people watch it.
Failed.
Yeah.
For him, they watch it for him. He could be changing a toilet seat and make an hour video, and they'd watch it, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah,
because of who it is.
Yeah.
Once you have the following,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll watch whatever you put out.
That's when your YouTube channel changes from running a lawnmower repair video channel to people just want to see what you're up to. And 9 times out of 10, as I've always said, if you put a video out there of, let's just say, how to clean a carburetor, if you just put something obscure in the background, I guarantee you get 5 comments saying, "Hey Mick, what's in that purple box?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not even watching your video. They're more interested in what's going on in the background. You know, that's why I always make sure when I do a video, there's a pair of Nana's knickers hanging up on a washing line, because people always comment on stuff like that. You know.
You know, I brought Rusted Roland up big screen just so I could see what he had over there in the corner.
Exactly.
You see Mower Medic's video where he had the wax things in his nose and he pulled all his nose hairs.
Yeah.
I almost died laughing
that's a good example. He's got 112,000 subscribers and he does a video every day, and half of them have nothing to do with nothing.
Sometimes he puts out a video every day. Sometimes it's once a week, but a lot of golf cart stuff and, but all different stuff he's working at. And I think he works for somebody else's shop, right? It's not his own shop, is it?
No, it's not his own shop. He's actually an employee or self-employed or whatever it is. It's a bit like your Jake, Wayne.
Yeah.
He's a very elusive character. He is. He is very elusive. He's hiding behind a big pair of glasses. You don't see a lot of him in front of a camera, and not a lot of people, I would say, apart from maybe a very select few, would know a lot about him because he gives nothing away in the videos.
But he doesn't want to have a video about himself. It's all about the repair.
I fully understand that and I fully respect that. Okay. Yeah. But what I'm saying to you is that the viewer, they like to get in the head, don't they, and understand what's going on, what's a family like, and what do you
want to be a fan. They want to be a fan.
Yeah, exactly that. And it's really difficult when you get someone like Jake. You think, oh, he looks like a really cool guy, but all I know is that he repairs machines. I don't know anything else about it.
There were sunglasses.
Do you know what I mean?
That's true. You think though, Mick, I watch your videos. I'll never, ever, ever see any of that equipment. But it's the personality that makes me watch.
That's
I watch those videos. I watch all of them.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Personality. Jake, it's fun.
Jake has a fantastic, I would assume, personality, but I don't know what his personality is. He comes across as a well-groomed young man, who's educated, who knows what he's talking about. But he certainly can't pull the wool over his eyes. He knows all this stuff. And reading the comments in Terrell's live stream, he knows about the belts and this, that, and the other. He was giving information away that either Terrell needed or people. So he knows his eggs and bacon. But that is all we know. We don't know anything else about him.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is what works for Jake, is that people come in not just for the repair, but they just come in, maybe they might just get a snippet of something else. And so your video that the Chubby Butcher done just the other day, I watched it from start to finish because the video was about me, which is lovely. But actually, the only one thing I spotted really in the entire video was the fact that your Union Jack flag, or your American flag, was shredded to pieces.
You got it. Ripped it down and got a new one on order.
You know what I mean? Isn't it funny how I've been following you guys for quite a few years, and the one thing I took out of that, apart from the burger that was made in my name, was the fact that your flag was smashed to bits. Everyone is looking for that little tiny snippet of personal.
And I noticed that too, and that was the American Canadian flag. It's got the maple leaf and the American flag built in together as one. And we had a windstorm, and there was some tears in it, and it just tore it apart.
It's just everyone wants a little bit of trying to get the personal information out of the YouTuber. That's what people are really after, you know. And
but what are Jake's numbers at the moment? What is subscriber count?
73,800, I think. Almost 74,000 subs.
How long has that channel been going? How long has he been doing?
2014, I think he started.
Quite good numbers, though, isn't it? Even with his style, even the way he works. Yeah.
Yeah,
it goes to show you can do it either way. If
he gets 100 a day or every second day. There have been times when he's got 200 subscribers, but we were talking a little bit earlier. He put out a video, like consistently, his videos are on Sundays. That's when he posts them. And he actually, by mistake, thought it was a Sunday a while back and posted one, and it went up on a Saturday. And it was on a simple thing like grinding down a socket wrench when you've got those thin-headed bolts and grinding that little chamfer down so that you could get a bite on that bolt, or taking the socket and grinding down. A simple thing, but we had the issue with these bolts, and he did that. So he said, geez, I should do a video. And that thing got 15,000 views in one day. And he never, I don't think in any of his videos, has ever gotten 15,000 views in one day.
Yeah.
So then after that, it kind of stalls out. I think it's at 16 or 17,000. But a simple thing like a wrench, you know what I mean? Like just modifying something.
I'll tell you what I was thinking about. Everybody, it seems when you start, the natural way is to put it up on a Saturday or Sunday, because that's when you think people will be sitting around more. But do you think for the smaller channels, it might be better skipping the Saturday and Sunday?
Well,
and
I mean,
them up in the week until you grow big enough to get
the analytics are there, and it tells you when your subscribers are most active. So it tells you, but then don't forget what I said to you. If you've got a high number of unsubscribed people watching your channel, that's all that data that you can't use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it would be lovely to have subscriber view when they're watching, and unsubscriber view, because when they're watching, I would rather put out videos when my unsubscriber people are watching, because you'll get more views, right?
Yeah, you'll get more subscribers, which will be more views.
And like Mick's right, I think Jake's viewers are, I think they're 75% USA.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they get our phone number, whether it showed up on some of the videos or not.
It must come from some kind of IP address reader, or something. They've got the data. They've got the power to ring anything.
We've got the phone calls from all over the USA, some from Australia, and spent an hour and a half to 2 hours on the phone helping people out that are subscribers, helping them out, getting their equipment running or doing something over the phone, where they call us back and they say, thank you very much, it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what more than anything makes it worth it.
That's what it's all, but that's what it's all about. It's about helping all these other people do their own work. And you'd be surprised. Like when we do a repair here for a customer, either me or Jake go over everything that customer should do to maintain his own equipment and how they can do it themselves, where they don't need to bring it back to us. And they said, what are you, crazy? Why are you telling me this? Nobody else ever said this. And we said, because it's going to help you out. You can do all of this yourself and keep on writing. You might never have to bring this thing back. Well, that's going to kill your business. And they say, and I say, no, you're going to refer us to 10 other people and they're going to call us and we're going to do their work. And they said, by the way, I'd rather have you guys do it anyways. You know,
I don't want to get dirty. Yeah.
There's always a percentage of people that don't have the tools, don't want the tools, and have no interest in tools. I had a subscriber email out to me. He got a vintage lawnmower with a vintage carb on it from a 1960s, 70s, something like that. And he couldn't get the old fashioned slide throttles with the slider on them, on the carbs. He couldn't get it out. It was jammed in there real tight. He couldn't get it out. I said, put it through a cleaner. He didn't have one. Tried getting a bit of an oil bath overnight. Try all this sort of stuff. He couldn't get it out. So he said, can I send it? Yeah. And you can have a look at it for me. I said, well, if you can't get it out, what makes you think I can get it out? You know what I mean? So he said, well, I don't mind. Can you just have a look? So he sent the parcel down. It's on my dining room table now. And I got it out of the box today, and I very carefully had it on my kitchen table this afternoon on a towel. And I couldn't free it. So I took it down to the workshop and put a bit of Terrell's lube in there and tried mucking about. This slide is stuck solid. So how did I get it out? I just pulled the throttle cable and it came out. I yanked on it and it came out. And it's a little tiny burr right on the edge, which is stopping it sliding. So I just filed it off nice and gently. And now it goes in and out like butter. So I rang him back up today. So it's all done. He went, you're joking. I said, no, it's done. It took me 10 minutes. He said, how much do you want? I don't want nothing. Just cover the postage going back. You know what I mean? So he's well happy because you can't buy them carburetors really. You might be able to find them secondhand on eBay, but there's no guarantee what condition they're in because they're old. But he's over the moon that he's now got this carburetor now up and working as it should be. And it just took just a brute ignorance just to get hold of a cable and just yank it straight out the carb. It had to come out. So you can't punch it, you can't drift it, you can't heat it because it's all brass.
And
you
it's
can't
no
do
good
any
if it gets stuck in there. It's no good anyway.
That's what it's got to come out. So I just yanked it and it came out. So everyone's a winner, you know. But had he not had the information or not had someone who could do that, then it'll have to go into a mower shop to be looked at. And it would have cost him a few quid, but you know,
if they're even bothered with it. Some things they don't really even want to bother much with now.
No, it's all about helping people out because there's always a customer or a person that doesn't have the tools and just doesn't have the know or the capability. They just don't want to do it. So you know, we'll always cater for that minority.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm flipping them, I'll occasionally go to buy one and I'll realize it's got something really stupid wrong with it. You know, I see this on weed eaters all the time. The fuel filter fell off, and I'll put the fuel filter back on and say, you know, yeah, you're asking me to give you $10 for this. It's a straight shaft, $50. You know, it's a $50 or $80 weed eater, used, easy. I can sell it on the way home for $75. It's a steel or whatever. And I say, but here, I put it back on and say, here, just take it. Half the time when you do that, they'll sell it to you anyway, even though it starts right up.
Yeah.
Because they say, oh, well, I already bought a new one. And you're looking at this $400 weed eater that they just don't want, and they're willing to give it to you for $10 because the fuel filter fell off.
Yeah.
Now, Mick, you were talking about Jake's lighting. 90%, I think, maybe even higher, of his videos are filmed with his telephone, like his cell phone.
Yeah.
His phone has it's got a lighting adjustment on it, and I think he can adjust it 3, 4, maybe even 5. So he was showing me the other night, and it's amazing on how it adjusts the lighting. And that's all LED lighting in the shop. So he never films it with the true light because it's just too bright.
Has he got skylights in the shop or not? Is it
skylights? No, it's all just LED lights.
Because I find in my unit the skylights do actually make quite a lot of difference. You know, a little bit of natural light, it does help quite a lot.
Yeah, because I run a 5000K, a 3000K, and then 2 LEDs to get the color of the light right.
Yeah,
and then or on a sunny day I can open the garage door and not run any of it. Yeah.
I will say for me, my best purchase I've ever made is my Rode Wireless Go mic. That's the best purchase ever, because the audio, no matter where I am, if the camera's out in the garden, I'm in the shed, or vice versa, or I'm right up top of the garden, the sound is normally crystal clear. And if you can reduce the wind interference and have good audio, people can listen. So people
the sound is really good, but there's one thing I don't like about them is how close people have to them if they're puffing and puffing away.
So you have to
hear the breathing so close. Some people have them too close.
You have to twist the microphone away from direct from the mouth. And sometimes I just put it on and I heavy breathe anyway because I'm a big lad. But if you twist it away from your mouth, you don't get that.
Yeah, I run mine all the way up here.
Yeah, if you keep it away from the mouth, it's much, much better, because when you hear people, you think,
hey, you sound like you sound like some sort of perv on making obscene phone calls, going.
So one day, maybe Jake will put me on one of his videos.
Well,
could kill the subscribership and the views.
I think it would decrease the value of the channel myself.
Did you catch the part about you can't be a hater if you don't when you're eating this hamburger? Hey, I thought that was mint.
I knew where you were going with that straight away.
That one was for you.
Yeah, I called it. But in all honesty, it's just great to have a community. That's what I like most of all, is having a community around the small engine arena where people swap carburetors or swap part numbers or meet up and do whatever. That's what makes it good for me. My mate Hank in America, he sent me a Tecumseh tank. I could get one, no problem, from Amazon, but it was like £120 for his tank.
Yeah.
And Hank had a spare tank exactly the same what I needed. He sent it over for about 24 quid.
Yeah.
It's that's what I like about it. Someone coming all the way over from America for for a quarter of the price what Amazon want for it brand new. That's what makes it for me.
And you got to watch what you're buying on Amazon, because all the prices aren't like better. Like I mentioned the one time I needed, Jake did a video on a Cub Cadet snowblower that we were redoing, and he was pulling up video shots that he had done 4 or 5 years earlier when we bought it. And I went online because I saw somebody saying, oh yeah, I went on Amazon and bought some spray paint for this. So I figured, oh geez, I could get Cub Cadet spray paint online cheaper than the local dealer that wants 25 Canadian. It was $110. I almost had a heart attack for one can of spray paint.
I bought these the other day off of eBay. They're SKF bearings. They're supposed to be the good ones.
I used to make them.
I put them on an engine, which actually I'm doing a video on. And as they were on, I spun them and they were noisy. They were a good deal, but I'm wondering, were they actually legit or not?
Because, where did you get them from, Lewis?
On eBay, I got them from.
Did you pull the seal?
What seller?
Was there
never had a seal on them? They were just open bearings. So in the end, I ordered some NTN. Are they NTN?
Yeah, NTN.
Yeah, and I spun them, and they're much quieter.
I buy all my bearings from a kid through eBay. Well, I buy it through his eBay shop. And it's called Bearings Direct, and I've never had a bad bearing. That's for everything, for cars.
Isn't there markings on the casings, that bearing, Luke?
They've got real on that they're made in Italy, and I checked the factory.
Normally got SKF stamped in them, or on the casing.
They're stamped on them, but when I spun them, they were noisier than the other ones. So as I was putting them on an engine crank and on a gear, I thought I don't want to take that apart again. So I'm going to return them, and I've replaced them with the other ones, the NTN.
I buy them from a kid in Birmingham, shops in Birmingham. Kid, I buy them off Bearings Direct.
Yeah, who it was I got them from. I can't see it at the moment, but they didn't even get back to me though. I think eBay have just put in a returns thing for me to return them. They didn't even contact me. So, I just didn't feel happy with them because I spun it, and one was really noisy, and I did the heat and the cold sort of thing, but I didn't get them too hot. I didn't get the bearings too hot because we did the thermometer test on them. So, I don't know.
Are they sealed bearings and all?
No, they're open. But I already had one. The gear takes 2 bearings the same, and one side of the crank takes bearing the same as that as well. And one is more of a special bearing. I already had that. That was an NTN one. So I decided to get 3 other NTN ones just to have them all the same.
I've got 2 Honda Lawn Flight Pros in. Got both need gearboxes doing, Luke.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, looking forward to doing that.
What's wrong? The judder?
Just the drive don't work, full stop.
Oh, just don't work at all.
Yeah, that it. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. So that's
I quite like doing ones with the juddering gearboxes.
It's not
if that roller comes off.
Yeah,
it
ain't taking the roller out. That's the problem. That's out in 3 minutes flat.
I mean, the roller's off the shaft.
Yeah, that's the hard bit. That's the hard bit.
I've had quite good luck with them, but touch wood.
I haven't. I did a video where I completely smashed the roller to pieces and blew the gearbox up.
I have had them pretty tough to get off. I have had them pretty tough.
Yeah. Well, I did one and broke the gearbox, and the other one, the rollers just fell off.
Yeah.
Are you cold in there? Are you cold in there, Rusty? You're pacing like you're about to wet yourself, or you're freezing cold.
All good, mate. All good. Little diesel heater going.
He's recovering.
You got enough fuel in? You got enough fuel in that carb bowl to fire it up yet, or what?
You should have been
I'll give in.
Bit carb spray to get it going.
Another day. That is.
Always another day.
Yeah. Rusty, do you have a channel?
Nah. Well, there's obviously my name, but no, there's no videos, right? Not yet. Still learning.
So you're like John Clem. You got it.
You got it.
Videos. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. John
Clem's got subscribers.
John Clem is in a whole world of his own.
Hey, watch it. He's born the same day as me, except a lot later on in life.
Well, that says a lot in my book, Wayne. That says a lot in my book.
So, is it your birthday today, Wayne, or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh, well, happy birthday! It was my auntie's birthday today, and it's my brother's birthday on the 28th. So you're right in the middle.
I can't believe at 85 years old, Wayne, you're still turning wrenches. It's amazing.
Well, I might start my own channel and put a wish list on there, Mick.
I don't even know what a wish list is, mate. So
I just wish that I live to be 75. That's it.
You will do.
And then when I'm 75, I'll wish for another year.
Yeah.
My mom's 97. Just turned 97 March the 4th.
You still got your mum. You're like Henry. He's still got his dad. He's still got his dad.
Yeah, it's got to be. I told her. I said it's got to be the Serbian in you, Ma. It's the Serbian that's keep you living.
Try to Fix It is saying he's doing a video on a Mountfield Empress 16 with a quantum engine on it. Video coming soon. I had a fella turn up. Yes, he wanted a mower, and so I got a Mountfield with a roller. And I thought, ooh, that sounds all right. Might be a nice little HR20, a nice H20 42. Might be nice.
Yeah.
No, it turned up with a stuffing Empress 16, didn't he? He said, "Do you want that today? You can chuff and keep it."
Or it'll be an Emperor as well, which they were good back in the days, the Emperors, but they're just the
problem is with them is that you know that even though it's got a quantum on it, you know it's going to be battered, don't you? It's well used.
And some are plastic decks as well, aren't they? Some are.
Yeah, this was an old 1980s alley one, and I looked at it, and he said it started first pull. He said it's only the pull course broke. I looked at the Tecumseh engine, and I thought, no, you have Tecumseh on. I said, no, you can keep it. I don't want that.
Did the deck was the deck broken as well?
No, the deck was good. The grass bag was it was all there, Luke. I just can't be doing with it. Turned it down flat.
I think you got to sometimes.
Not for me. Not for me. Nah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Try to Fix It. I'm sorry. I'm not having that. There's nothing brilliant about it. The Empress was a crap design from day
poor
one.
Man's Hater 41, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah.
But you might have a one, and it might be okay, I suppose. You know,
right.
You might have one that's new old stock, never been used, but I doubt it.
Over here in Canada, it's the Remingtons, not the guns, the lawnmowers.
I looked at
razors then.
They used to be like $99. Now I think they're $200.
Funny enough, Wayne, I had a Canadian woman. She was 78 years old. Reach out to me. She had What was the make of them? Castlefield.
Never heard of that one.
I think it was a Castlefield, a green machine, but it had a really weird, don't know about a really weird throttle choke assembly. It was more like a manual choke with an automatic choke on top of it. It was weird, and it had like the governor arm, the manual choke arm, and some kind of automatic choke arm on top of that. It had 3 linkages to it.
Wow.
And do you think I could find a video on this stuffing lawnmower to help her out? I got hold of Bruce. He'd never heard of one. And then 3 weeks later, Bruce put a chuffing video out on it, exactly the same mower that I got it. I said, what? Yeah, I'm sure it was a Castlefield. But in the end, Kenny's found a really bad photograph of where the linkage is going. She just had a throttle linkage ran the wrong way. That's all she had. But yeah, she was 78 years old on a Jack Jones trying to repair a lawnmower, and she reached out to someone in the UK to help. It's mad.
Well,
See,
Jake just did a
Mick,
video.
you say that and you're thinking this old lady from Canada, and Wayne's sitting there thinking, I hope he saved her number for me.
Yeah, same age, yeah. No, Jake just did a video on the Alice Chalmers putting on the drive belt, where the IPL shows that the belt goes on a certain way, but it actually goes on reverse. And he went online to look. He said, something's wrong. He says, I'm putting this on and the 2 belts are rubbing. And we're sitting there, and I said, well, pull it up on YouTube. There's got to be a video on that machine. Not a video on a drive belt installation on anything that's close to that. So I said, well, it'll be a good video. So he flipped the belt around the other way, and voila, it worked like a charm. So he kind of did, I don't know, somehow, however he does it with the technology, he kind of flipped the diagram around so it showed the right, but the diagram is wrong.
Yeah, that happens. You would have thought that manufacturers over the past 10 years would have learned that, you know, by producing machines like this, if they put out 20 videos, carburetor cleans, belt changes, you know, all that sort of stuff from day one.
Yeah,
you know, they would have called it. They've got rid of us sort of guys for sort of tutorials, but it's us guys that are having to get these machines in, fix them to educate people. You'd have thought that the manufacturers would have released that sort of information, you know.
Well, that's true, but keep in mind too that they want to sell you the next one.
No, I get that. I get that. But like I say, there's only an element of people that would do that, and there's an element of people that won't do that, you know. So it's a bit like trying to fix it. It's got a Mountfield Empress 16 in, you know, they're old. That's an old machine, and that's still floating about. So you're not going to find a video on how to do certain things on that. I mean, someone actually asked me about a Mountfield a little while ago. That's an Empress. Wanted a spare part, a height adjustment part. You can't even get a diagram for it.
Yeah, I had
well, that's the thing. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I had a Honda XR80, 1980, and I was working on it. And I had one book that was from now off of Marketplace that I found that somebody had that, you know, they only read it once and they want to. And then the customer had the original book, and there was 2 different tolerances for the piston ring. And I was like, well, which one's right? You know, so then I had to go online, and then I found out that the older book was right. And the newer
really? So you would have laid money that the newer book was right because it would have had an update or something come out, wouldn't you? You'd laid money on that.
Yep.
Yeah, we had to eat a bunch of lawnmower blades. Somebody called and wanted to order lawnmower blades. So, and it was a commercial guy. So he gave Jake all the information, sent him a picture of the machine. And Jake went on the IPL and ordered the blades. And when we got the blades in, they're wrong. And when we went back and checked after we ordered, now you got to remember, this is 9 blades we're ordering because the guy wants 2 sets of mulchers and 1 high lift set. And there's 3 blades on each, it's a triple blade deck. Yeah. And they're all too long. And then when we went back and he did more research, he finds out one guy that sells these, one company that sells these tells you that there's a difference if the deck is fabricated or if it's stamped. The fabricated deck, they're a half-inch shorter in length. So to get this guy going, I had to take a set of blades and grind a 1/4 inch off of each end, make sure that they were ground off square, and spend all the time in rotating them in different spots to make sure that if the guy ever took them off and put them on wherever, that none of them would hit each other.
Yeah, that's
See,
true.
can you imagine? Can you imagine doing a video on that? You would get absolutely slaughtered in the chat.
He did the video on that, and MTD even had to update their IPL to put that, because he got a hold of the MTD rep and told them, you got to put something on your IPL that says that this blade is for a stamp deck and the fabricated deck needs this one, because you can buy the machine with 2 types of decks, but the blades are completely different.
I remember Martin Butler. He was working on a rototiller, and he wanted to change a pulley on one.
Is that the one he put the Honda engine on?
Yeah, he wanted to change it. Yeah, he put a Honda engine on it, and the pulley didn't fit. It was a bigger size crank. So he said, why don't I just fire the machine up, get my grinder, and just grind that sucker down a bit so the pulley fits. And to me, in my logical head, that's fantastic. That's a really good workaround, right? If you can grind enough off that crankshaft and cut a slot in for your keyway. In fact, I think it was just a bolted grub screw that held it into a keyway. So it didn't actually have a keyway. It's a really logical explanation on how to work around. And he got slaughtered. You can't do that, yeah. And he said, no, I can do it.
Yeah.
And I did.
And it works.
And it works.
Yeah.
You know, it just amazes me that so many people just can't deviate from the lines. It just absolutely astounds me.
If it's just a grub screw, why wouldn't it work?
Yeah, it's just
you have to improvise sometimes. You just have
some people just can't think outside of that box.
Jake got a lot of crap for disassembling that one guy's log splitter, and it was like a week or a week and a half to get the replacement part, and the guy wanted the OEM valve. You couldn't buy that D10 valve. It would have likely been $60, but they don't sell it. They sell you the whole valve, and the whole valve was $200 and some odd. So Jake took it all apart and put a bolt in so that it wouldn't shoot the oil out, so the guy could use it, because the only heating source he had for his home, for him, his wife, and his kids, was wood, and he was out of split wood. Yeah. So he wanted it back. So we showed him this. You know, somebody's got to know what they're doing here. You don't want to overload it, but like, if you want us to come out, I'll operate it for you. I'll split all your wood for you. Then we'll bring the machine back to our place. And the guy said, no, you showed us how to do it. It's fine. The guy went and split all the wood he needed, brought the machine back to Jake when the part come in. We put that on, and the guy's happy. You know, he's tickled pink. He heated his house when it was cold, kept the kids and the rest of the family warm. But the comments, some of them were, wow, you know, you're taking on big liability and everything, eh?
It's like special tools you'll buy, which are expensive. You only use once. You know, a lot of people, they can't get their head around. You have to have that tool.
Crow's foot wrench.
But yeah, making a tool that will do the job is well worth it if you just put a little bit of effort in.
A wrench that you'll only use once in a lifetime might be a crowfoot wrench. And I bought the whole set only to use, I think, I don't know, it might have been the 7/16 one to do a job. Yeah. And I've only used it once.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to figure out, when can I use it again?
Yeah, I've been wrenches all the time. I heat them up and bend them all the time. Sorry.
That's right, guys. What, Bill? I got to jump off, mate. I'll catch you later on, mate.
Yeah, I was actually I was waiting for the break to say, it's actually time. It's been a little over 2 hours now, and I've got to go pick up a mower, a blower, and a chainsaw, and a weed eater.
Rightio. Catch you later.
Okay.
See you later.
I'll see you later.
Bill, thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
It was great.
Thanks for coming, man.
It was a great.
When it's just me sitting here talking, it gets boring, at least for me.
You got content of actual engine repairs, just like Conquer.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was sort of fun when he turned around. He was watching the engine. When I thought he was going to turn back, I put him up full screen, because I wanted him to turn around and see he was on full screen.
Yeah.
But he didn't turn around.
Okay, Luke. Brock,
Yep, catch you later.
Bill.
Bye, guys.
All right. Thanks everybody
Bye.
for coming, and people that didn't come up this week, think about coming up next week. There's always room.
Okay.
Next week will probably be the last Sunday. I'm thinking about moving it to Thursday. So that's why I
All
say
right.
probably. I don't know.
Why
Thinking
is
about
that?
moving it to Thursday night.
Why is that? I was just about to say a Sunday evening live. I always liked the Sunday evening live.
Well, no, yeah, but you never come up.
Tonight, I was up a few weeks ago. Oh no, I come in after, didn't I? A few weeks.
You came
ago.
in after, yeah. You went under the radar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sort of up in the air about it, and it's like, well, Thursday'd be good too.
Yeah, whatever you think. Yeah, whatever you think's fine with me.
Well, the whole thing is my wife travels, and she's
Oh, yeah.
usually gone Thursday night and Sunday night.
Oh, so you're bored.
Well, no offense or anything, but I mean, I'm looking at you guys, then I'm looking at her, and well,
She looks better than us. Yeah.
kind of a
We
little bit, yeah.
understand.
Who gets it milkshakes?
Yeah, but it's I'm up in the air, and I think I might run live Thursday, and then see how that
Give
goes.
it go and see how it goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it. I'll run it live
What
this
time you
Thursday.
thinking, Bill?
I'm thinking. Okay, now you're going to shudder a little bit. About 6 o'clock.
Your time.
Yeah.
So what's that make it here? It makes it about
Well, 2 makes it 8, so it's 6 o'clock. It's about midnight, isn't it?
I
yeah.
know, and that's why I haven't moved it.
You're gonna have to kind of go a bit earlier than that.
2 o'clock his time is 8 o'clock our time.
Yeah.
But 6 hours
So you're
ahead.
6 hours, so it'll be if you're 6 o'clock, yeah, it'll be midnight here. Yeah.
Midnight.
1 hour later.
Hell,
for
I
me.
don't know. Maybe we'll do one Thursdays and Sundays.
Okay.
It's not like I've got a life.
There used to be one every day of the week. There used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first started doing it, I did it Wednesday. What was it? Wednesday at like 10 o'clock in the morning for the very first one. And I said, okay, I'm going to turn it on at Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning. That way I can put on my other channel and go back and forth and look at it and see how things work and everything and play with the buttons.
Yeah.
And there were like 13 people on. And it was like, wait, stop.
You didn't want that.
It's 10 o'clock on a Wednesday. Aren't you guys at work? And I said, oh, yeah, the people in England aren't at work right now, are they? Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I'll see you either Thursday or Sunday.
yeah, I'm saying I'll
Well,
see you later.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
See you later.
See you later.